Let's have a quick warm up. Come up to stand. You don't need a yoga mat, you just need a bit of space. Start by lifting your arms up above your head and take a breath in through your nose. Just stretch up straight above your head. And then as you exhale, reach the arms wide and bring them down. Exhale through your mouth. Again, breathing in and out. Really start to deepen your breath now. Breathing in, breathing out. With this next one, as you inhale, try and lift onto your tiptoes. Exhale, come down. Do that a couple of times. Start to warm up the feet and the ankles. Might be a bit wobbly, that's quite normal. Once more, breathing in, breathing out. Good, then shuffle your feet a little wider, so they're just a touch wider than hip distance, turning the toes out slightly. Bend your knees, you might get clicks in the knees on the way down. And let your heels lift off the ground if they need to, but try and come all the way down so your fingertips are on the ground, pressing your knees out wide. And then from here, we're going to lift into what in yoga we would call a forward fold. So we're going to lift the hips up and let the head drop down. Let the legs come to as straight as they want to be. And then go back into that position, so let the knees drop out to the sides, sink down into that yogi squat position, and then lift into the forward fold again. I'm going to move between those two with the breath. So breathing in, sink down into your squat. Breathing out into the forward fold. A couple more times with this. Good, then stay in the forward fold, shuffle your feet back in a bit closer. And then with your fingertips on the ground, take a big step back with your right foot into a kind of lunge position like this. Lift your head, lift your chest so you're looking forwards. Really try and sink down into the hips as much as you can. And then pull your hips back, lengthen out your legs. If you need to bring your back foot in a bit closer to manage this, that's fine. Legs don't have to be totally straight. If you've got a little bit less flexibility in the hamstrings and the hips, then it might be more of a bend in the knee, that's fine. We're going to move in and out of this lunge. So looking forward, sinking down, and then pulling the hips back, straightening out the legs. Again, with the breath, breathing in, exhaling. And then pivot on your feet, turn to your right, and come into this wide forward fold position. Start with hands on the hips and just lower your head, your chest as far as you can. Again, if you've got a bit of lack of mobility around the hips, it might be that your head has to stay quite high. That's fine. As long as you can feel things stretching, you're in the right place. Then we're going to turn out the left toes and take a little bend in that left knee. So either with hands on the hips, or if your hands are comfortably on the ground, you can walk your hands over towards that left foot. And then come back through the center, turn that left foot back in, turn the right foot out, do the same thing to that side. Bend the knee, sink down. Come back through center, do that a couple more times to each side. I don't know if you can see through the screen, but I've just realized how dirty my shoes are from running. So forgive me for the mucky shoes. Good, once more to each side. And then we're going to pivot round to the right so that we end up doing this lunge position to the other side. So you should have your right foot in front of you now, your left foot behind you. And again, we try and sink down into this lunge, lift the head, look forwards, take a breath in. Exhale, pull the hips back, straighten the legs out as much as you can, coming up onto the tiptoes of that back foot. Again, inhale, coming forwards, looking forwards. Exhale, stretching back. This is the last bit. Two more breaths with this. And then pivot back round into that wide-legged forward fold. Let your hands drop as low to the ground as you can. Let your head go really heavy. Take a deep breath in, out through the mouth. And then take your hands onto your hips, slowly bring your head all the way back up, and then shuffle the feet in. Cool. And we're ready to go. That's it. So have a great run, a great cycle, whatever you're doing, enjoy it. Make sure that you take some time to stretch afterwards as well. Before we go out and do exercise, it's good to do these kind of dynamic movements to sort of oil the joints a little bit. But afterwards is when those deeper stretches are going to be really beneficial. So you can head back to this channel for some stretching afterwards if you like. But have a great time. See you soon.